Welcome back to another video, my viewers and subscribers. So this one is basically a bittersweet video. Yes man, we see where West Indies all-rounder Fabian Allen has actually published some information that he is currently available for selection. Yes, my viewers and subscribers, he is now available for selection, and he went down into it, gave us some information as it relates to why he was unavailable and what his mindset is like going forward where West Indies cricket is concerned. So we're going to spend some time and talk about all of this, my viewers and subscribers. So as per usual, I'm going to encourage you, my peeps. We keep on giving you guys the information. If you have not yet subscribed, you need to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with what is going on. So Fabian Allen yesterday, my viewers and subscribers, indicated that he's now available for selection and he's ready to make a return. The sad part about it is that he actually lost his father. Yes, my viewers. So apparently when he was putting out the information that he was unavailable, a lot of us, I personally want to take the time to say, I apologize to Fabian Allen for putting him in the bracket with the other guys of just wanting to play only when the World Cup is coming up and things like that, and not making himself available. So apparently he lost his father. He was battling cancer, and he recently passed off. And according to Fabian Allen, he wanted to use the time to make sure that he grieved properly, and spend the time to basically get himself back into the frame of mind. He said that it was a difficult period of time. Once you lose a family member, especially if you guys were very close, it's always going to be difficult, going to be rough, you understand. And I think it has been 6 months, around about 6 months, since Fabian Allen last represented the West Indies. And he in his message that he sent out, he basically thanked the CWI, Johnny Grave and Jimmy Adams especially, for being considerate, even though according to him he did not disclose the reason as to why he was unavailable. He felt that it was important to spend the time with his family, with his friends, and try and grieve, because his father, according to him, was pretty close. Was his biggest supporter. He said that his father was his biggest supporter, and he's happy that he was able to play and to realize his dream while his father was still alive. So, that is the reason, my viewers and subscribers, why Fabian Allen apparently was out for some time. It didn't say, the article didn't say specifically when in the year he passed off, but based on what they were saying, it was early up in the year, and that is one of the reasons. That is the reason as to why he was making himself unavailable. Now, as I said, he reached out to CWI and he told everybody thanks for really being there for him. And according to him, he is where mentally is concerned, and physically he's currently getting there. He's getting himself back into good shape to play in the CPL, and also hopefully if selected to play in the World Cup. That is what he said, my viewers and subscribers. Let me give you in quotation: mentally and physically I am ready for the CPL and the World Cup if selected. That is what he's saying. So he's mentally and physically prepared and ready now for the CPL, which we know he will be a part of, and also the World Cup team if selected. He went on to say that the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come from Fabian Allen, and according to him, he knows he has the ability to become the best batting all-rounder in the world. So that is something that he said, my viewers and subscribers. He thinks that he has the ability to become the best batting all-rounder in the world. So he's going to continue to put in the work, make sure that he's doing the hard yards. And he went on to say that representing West Indies and his country is never in question. That is something that he always want to do. That is good to hear. That is definitely good to hear. You understand? We would have heard that on a few occasions from other players. I won't dig too deep into that because I'm reporting about the man losing his father, but we all know what I'm going to say already. But yeah, it's good to see that he's back mentally and physically. You know, condolences to him and the family for, you know, for what they are, you know, having lost his father. You know, so the best is yet to come according to Fabian Allen, and as we would have seen in the 60 that recently concluded, he was actually the top scorer. He was the top run scorer, if I'm not mistaken, in the recently concluded 60. So apparently he's definitely backing himself to start scoring more runs and things like that. Definitely hoping that he will continue with the ball. We would have seen him playing for the West Indies, and you know, usually he picks up 1 or 2 wickets, but you know, he's usually very expensive. It could be because he's not really doing much with the ball, but he usually picks up a wicket here or there. And his batting is definitely not too bad. He performs more often than not, so that is a plus. So you know, I can imagine that the selectors are going to be looking at him in the CPL and saying, well, he was grieving, he was going through his things, so apparently that is why he was unavailable. Well, we as fans can say apparently that is why he was unavailable, but I am assuming that he said he didn't disclose it, but I am assuming that maybe the heads in CWI and in West Indies cricket would have known, because generally speaking, when the players lose someone that close, CWI, you know, are usually made aware, so they can they usually send out the condolences or and things like that. Sometimes not publicly. You know, some people are private. They don't want their personal life to go out there until a certain time. So maybe it was a case where Fabian Allen let them know, but said, all right, keep it on the down low until we are ready to disclose it. So having worked himself back into shape with the 60, he is now ready to go in the staging of the CPL. And as I would have indicated, he said that if he is selected for the World Cup, he is ready to go and is always willing to represent the West Indies. So that is another player, my viewers and subscribers, anywhere you look at it, that is another player sounding the alarm, sounding the alert that he is fit and ready for selection for the World Cup. You know, he will have to do something in the CPL for them to look at him based on what is happening now. But that's another left arm spinner there, letting CWI know that he's fit and he's mentally and physically ready to go and to represent the country. We would have seen Russell Muscle saying the other day that, you know, he was thrown under the bus and he definitely thinks he can win 2 more titles for the West Indies. So that is basically signaling that he wants to be a part of the project for the World Cup. And here we see, you know, Fabian Allen saying that he's mentally and physically ready in case for the CPL, and also if he gets selected for the World Cup. So as I said, my peeps, it's always interesting when it comes around to the World Cup to see some of the players that you don't see for 6, 7, 8 months. And then the World Cup, you know, you all of a sudden you get a chance to see them. I am sure that some people that haven't represented West Indies since the last T20 World Cup would probably want to put on their clothes and go out there and play in the World Cup, because, you know, some persons are going to feel as if they are at a level in their career where, you know, when big tournaments like these come around, they can easily just you know, say, all right, I am available, and they're supposed to get automatic selection and go into the playing 11. I personally, I am not a fan of that. I know what people are capable of in terms of what they would have done at the franchise level, but, you know, I can't see if you are unavailable for 10 months or for 11 months throughout the year. I am not too sure why the 1 or the 2 months for the World Cup you should automatically become available and get shown in the team. I don't believe in that, but as I always say, my viewers and subscribers, that is a reason why I sit down in the chair and talk, and I am not running CWI, because I probably don't know best. So yeah, that is it, my peeps. Just go and big up on yourself until lick more in.